What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys another interesting video. Now, this one is going to be the House Judiciary Committee having some comments on what's going on with Biden and his son. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Just got done doing a video on the exact thing with how, hey, all Hunter Biden had to do was, enter a plea deal, which makes me very curious on what the terms of that deal were to give him, just 2 years probation, a slap on the wrist, while everyone else would have had jail time, would have, been hit with a hefty duty fine on top of, losing their gun rights. Huh. Which then goes, what's the real reason for, these red flag laws or, gun control? Oh, that's right. It's to punish and fearmonger people like you and me. You know what I mean? You and me. Might sound pointing at me. So you and me. Right? To fearmonger us. To not buy guns so that, we're more afraid of purchasing a gun than actually owning a gun. See what I mean? They figure, oh, hey, we're just going to tack on more and more and more rules and laws and stupid bullshit to make it to the point where people would be like, nah, never mind, I don't want to get a gun. There's too many rules, too many laws. No, 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 no. That's what it kind of comes off to me, right? I mean, makes a little bit of sense. We're going to get into this. This is going to be interesting. Have not watched this. So.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Here we are, once again, finding ourselves in a time when justice, once a pillar supporting our democracy, seems to become a simple commodity, available in different forms and delivered at varying speeds, depending upon who the target is. There is no clearer example of this than our federal government's treatment of Hunter Biden. Just this week, Americans watched in disappointed awe as the son of a president of the United States received a sweetheart deal on tax fraud and a felony gun possession. Can you fathom for a moment the consequences for one of my constituents if they committed even a fraction of what Hunter Biden has done? If any of you did it, you'd be in jail. A gun infraction of that magnitude, putting a false social security number in an application while you're high. And yet we have hundreds of, probably thousands, I'm wrong.
So, he lied on a form, that's one part, but he used someone else's or a fake, I'm pretty sure it was someone else's, SSI number, because that's generally how they do the background check, right? They use your SSI number that's also linked to your ID number. So he also had to have had that person's ID number as well to fill out that information. That also comes off as what? Identity theft? Not only did he lie on a form, but he stole someone else's identity. And he did it while high. And then at the same time, to avoid getting arrested with a gun while he was high, what did he do? Threw it in a fucking trash can! Across the street from a school! And yet Joe Biden is trying to make ass tons of rules for you and me to follow and demand and be like, oh, you don't do these rules, you go to jail. But your son somehow magically gets, the okay to not go to jail? Well, government, just an FYI, there's more of us than you, and, the people are kind of getting fucking upset. And I'm talking about both sides, Democrat and Republican, conservative and liberal. They're getting fed up with your ass backwards bullshit, and they might stop going after each other's throats and eventually might go after yours. You might want to get your head out your ass, and you might actually want to, follow the same laws that you demand that we follow. Because if it's going to be anarchy in this bitch, I can guarantee they'll do it a little bit better than y'all. You know what I mean? Just saying. Just saying.
Not wrong, not hundreds, thousands of individual people who've committed accidental mistakes with a gun, where they didn't have their permit with them, where they went into another state where they're not permitted. Just happened recently to a young black woman a little time back. She had no infractions against her, didn't do anything wrong, didn't even have a parking ticket. And she crossed over from Pennsylvania, where she had a license to carry, into New Jersey. And she was stopped by a state trooper. First thing she told him is, I have a gun, I have a license for it. She didn't realize she needed to have a separate license for the state of New Jersey.
Oh shit.
Crime whatsoever, not even a speeding ticket. Single black mom. You think she got the treatment Hunter did?
Fuck
She
no.
didn't. She got 3 years in jail. 3 years in jail.
What?
Justice for you, but not for me. Is that what's coming out now?
See, that should be pissing off some people.
In our country, myself included, continue to grow more and more frustrated and angrier with their federal government. So while the
They're gonna overthrow the federal government, just FYI, guys. They're getting fed up. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
And some more information just came out today.
Keep going about your ass backwards, double standard bullshit. The people are gonna say, nope, we're done.
It's gonna really rock everybody's world a little bit.
So this is how I can see it happening, right? So first, people at work, right? They're gonna be talking, they're gonna be getting fed up, and then they're gonna unionize themselves, right? And I don't mean like unionize as in like, oh, we're gonna fight the company. No, they're gonna unionize as a country, such as they're gonna go on strike. And I mean not just, striking companies and their ass backwards bullshit of not even allowing, the associates to defend themselves without fear of losing their job. No, they're going to sit there and unionize against the federal government. And every single city, every single state is going to march on every single federal building and surround them. This is in every state. I'm telling you right now. The people are going to get fed up to the point to where it's going to happen nationwide. They're going to march on federal buildings and demand change. They're going to demand you all to step the fuck down. This is going to be in every state. I do mean every state. If this shit does not change, if you, the federal government, the governors, the senators, the mayors, the president, and vice president, all of you, every last one of you, if you want to sit there and implement rules and laws and expect and demand that the people follow them, we also expect and demand that you all follow them as well. And if you're not going to, well, the right of the people, by the people, for the people, is to remove your corrupt piece of shit ass off that seat that you think you can't be pulled off of. Because that's what the first 10 are about. See, we have the right to say what we want, and we have the right to gather anywhere we want. And you know what protects that right? The Second Amendment. But now, the Second Amendment isn't just protect the First. No, it's also protect the freedoms of this country that were given to us by our forefathers. Which is why they're also trying to get rid of the Second Amendment so badly. Because they know that it isn't going to take no F-16s or tanks or to stop the government. No, all we need to do is stop fighting each other. Stop going, oh, I'm a liberal. Oh, I'm a conservative. Stupid bullshit. Stop that shit. And go, I'm an American. I love this country. We need to do better. We need to be better. And how do we do that? Get rid of corrupt pieces of shit who aren't doing their job. That's how we do it. Who cares if you're liberal? Who cares if you're conservative? Who cares if you want fucking this, that, and the other? You want freedom? True freedom? Then guess what we need to do? We need to make sure that our government understands that we're no longer going to be going after each other's throats. Figuratively, of course. But theirs. We're going to remove them. They can go ahead and work the fry jobs. They can go ahead and work the retail jobs. I would love to see any one of these government assholes work a retail job. Matter of fact, I would love to see all of these upper echelon, company runners for Walmart, Kroger, Walgreens, all that. I would love for them to actually be in their associates' feet. Their shoes. They work in their neighborhoods. They go to, Los Angeles or, Chicago or any one of these other places that's having high retail theft and see and deal with it other than getting emails. Why don't they go and work those jobs, and then I can guarantee you they're going to want certain policies to change. It's the same thing for these guys who sit there in their nice offices with their armed guards and all the other kind of bullshit, right? They don't live the same lives as you and I. They don't. They hear it, they see it on the news, but it's like TV to them. They're like, oh, it's not that bad. But the people who are on the streets, the people who have to walk to work and walk past homeless people on droves, watching motherfuckers run out of grocery stores with whole carts full of shit that they didn't fucking purchase, hearing customers complain and being pissed off about how retail workers can't stop nobody, how they're tired of retail prices going up because retail companies won't stop criminals because it's easier just to pay more money and then hike up prices. Kind of funny, huh? None of it's going to change until the people make it change. We need to unite. We need to be the United States again. And we need to band together to show not only these corrupt companies, and I do mean the companies, because they're corrupt just as these politicians are. Because where do you think they get their money from? These politicians don't just get the money from their own pockets. Fuck no. They get them from, runners of Target, Kroger, Walgreens, Walmart, all that kind of shit, Big Pharma. They get that money from them. So all these policies, rules, and everything else that are affecting people like you and me, and not so much them, well, if they no longer have workers because the workers said, we're going on strike because you don't care about our safety, you don't care about our work conditions, you don't care about our paychecks, yeah. Well, guess what? How are any of these companies going to make money if people refuse to go to work? How are these politicians going to make any money if, they no longer can get to work safely? Such as their guards, their, bodyguards decide to say, I ain't going to protect this corrupt piece of shit.
Involves the president. We're going to push for answers. We're going to push for answers because that's what the American...
Now, we do have some good people in government, but not many.
DOJ letting Hunter Biden off the hook also continues to slow walk any and all material requests on this topic despite months of requests. We get it. We know what you're doing. Mr. Uriarte, you're a nice guy. I really do. I think you are. You're a nice man. I like you. And I thank you for coming back today. But enough is enough.
I would not be calling that person a nice man. I'd be like, get your head out your ass, give us the paperwork we need, and or you're going to be held in contempt and you're going to do jail time. Fuck being nice to these people.
A system that bends the rules.
You literally have power and you're not using it.
While the average American is left bearing the brunt of its harshness. There is no middle ground here. There is no room for compromise. So, Mr. Uriarte, I will ask you very clearly again, given the gravity of this committee's concerns, why did we receive an insubstantial response from the United States Attorney David Weiss rather than a direct response from the Attorney General of the United States, to whom we addressed our May 25th letter regarding the removal of an IRS whistleblower?
May.
And some of that more is coming out today.
May. It's almost what?
Investigation.
July?
If you could do it quickly, I'd appreciate it.
Almost fucking July.
Congressman, thank you for the question. As the Attorney General has said, our goal is to treat like cases alike and to, in this circumstance, ensure that we can demonstrate some independence related to this matter. The Attorney General, the Attorney General has supported U.S. Attorney Weiss, who was appointed under the prior administration, continuing this investigation. And in response to the letter that we received from the committee, which had specific questions about his investigation.
We thank you. We've heard that before, but can you guarantee that the committee will receive a detailed and substantive response to our May 25th letter? That was a long time ago. By July 6th, from Attorney General Garland himself, and not from a delegate, not from one of his delegates. What does he think? What's he gonna say?
Well, Congressman,
he ain't gonna say shit.
My responsibility under the Justice Manual is to respond to letters from Congress, and so that is obviously something we'll take into account as we determine how best to proceed from here.
You see that ass backwards fucking answer? Oh, we're gonna determine on how we're gonna best answer this question without actually incriminating ourselves. Fucking A, man. Like, look at that smug look on his face. See, they need to stop being nice to these people. Yes, I hear you, you big bugaboo. Big old baby cat. He's an old man. But, yeah. Smug. That's because he's like, oh, well, I work for people who, I can't be touched. Ha ha, ha ha. That's literally, anyone who would be afraid to lose their job or afraid to go to jail would be like, oh, yes. Straight out answers and everything else. Anyone who's been working for these Democrats through all of these freaking hearings, all these questions and everything else, you never see them actually give a yes, no, yes, no. But you do with the other people on the other side, the conservative side, or the witnesses, or anything else. Kind of funny, right? Huh. But that's it for this video. Proof that even a good portion of our people in government are getting fed up. And now the question is, are they getting fed up because, one, they are actually on the people's side, and they're like, this needs to fix itself because, hey, my constituents or, their constituents, they're not happy and they demand change? Or is it because they're afraid that they know that the people are going to get fed up enough? They're not going to see liberal or conservative anymore, and they're going to be like, people in government, enemy. People not in government, friend. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Okay? So, instead of looking at liberals like they're stupid or conservatives like they're controlling, how about let's look at our government and say, we demand equality, like real actual equality, such as if someone like a sitting president is seen to be doing some ass backwards, backhanded shit, whether it was before, during, or after said time in president's office, he should be instantly investigated, and if the proof is there, get removed as president, such as impeached, and then thrown in prison. Not this, oh, well, we're not going to touch it until after he's not president no more. And then after he's not president no more, you know what they're going to do? Oh, well, he's 80 years old. We're not going to throw him in prison. And then he continues to make fucking backwards deals. Oh, knock it off. But yeah, more and more bullshit. And more of this bullshit is just going to keep pissing the people off. And eventually, the people are going to unite and change some things in this country. So, like, share, subscribe. Stay free, America. Love you.